Yevgeny Prigozhin has not been seen since his failed mutiny attempt this weekend in Russia, and the Coast Guard is opening an investigation into the implosion of the submersible. Good morning, I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. There are questions in Russia today about the whereabouts of President Vladimir Putin. He's not been seen for 2 days following the brief, failed mutiny by forces of the mercenary Wagner Group. NPR's Greg Myrie says the Wagner Group's founder, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has also vanished.
Prigozhin gave an order for his troops to return to their camps, either in Ukraine or in southern Russia. There's been no indication that they're causing any trouble at the moment. But we haven't heard from Prigozhin either since on Saturday night he announced that he would be leaving Russia, going to Belarus. We don't know if he's still in Russia, if he's gone to Belarus. So he's gone quiet as well, and for the moment, his troops are quiet.
NPR's Greg Myrie reporting. Tornadoes pummeled Indiana yesterday, leaving at least one person dead and another injured southwest of Indianapolis. Another tornado touched down in the southern Indianapolis suburbs. About 75 homes there are damaged, according to Indiana fire officials. More severe weather is now pushing toward the mid-Atlantic states. Coast Guard officials are opening an investigation into the implosion of the tourist submersible that killed 5 people last week. They were traveling to see the wreck of the Titanic. From member station WBUR, Walter Wuthman has more.
Salvage crews are now recovering the shattered pieces of the submersible Titan, lying nearly 13,000 feet below the ocean's surface. Coast Guard Captain Jason Neubauer says investigators will determine the cause of the submersible's implosion.
I have witnessed the personal impacts associated with these types of events, and my primary goal is to prevent a similar occurrence by making the necessary recommendations to enhance the safety of the maritime domain worldwide.
The final report could also include recommendations for civil or criminal sanctions against people associated with the Titanic mission or the company that designed the destroyed submersible. For NPR News, I'm Walter Wuthman in Boston.
The suspect in a mass shooting at an LGBTQ nightclub in Colorado Springs is expected to plead guilty in court today. From member station KRCC, Abigail Beckman reports.
5 people were shot to death and at least 17 others were wounded in the attack in November 2022. The suspect, Anderson Lee Aldrich, faces more than 300 charges, including murder and hate crimes. A guilty plea would likely mean life in prison without the possibility of parole, and Aldrich would not face the death penalty. Aldrich is non-binary and uses they/them pronouns. Survivors and family members of the victims are expected to give statements at the hearing. For NPR News, I'm Abigail Beckman in Colorado Springs.
Meanwhile, a federal jury opens the penalty phase today for the man convicted of killing 11 Jewish worshipers in a Pittsburgh synagogue. Robert Bowers could face the death penalty for the 2018 shooting. You're listening to NPR.